Hi, welcome to North State Law. My name is Nick Dogle. I'm the owner and founder of North State Law, where we safeguard your professional license so you can get back to business. So I received a complaint. What is the next thing that I should do? Easy answer to that question is contact an attorney. But frankly, the first thing that you really need to do is read everything that was sent to you by your licensing entity in detail. You're specifically looking for any deadlines. A lot of times the licensing entities will say within X amount of days, you're required to provide us any and all documentation related to the situation with A, B, or C. And they'll usually quote the administrative code or statute that allows them to, or that requires them to provide you with that notification and that deadline. So you really want to make sure that you don't miss any deadlines at all. Because some of these deadlines can be actually about 15 days, and that doesn't seem like a short turnaround. But some of the boards or agencies, that 15 days will start running from when they sent it to you, not from when you received it. Other ones will be from when you received it. So in the 15 days, even if it starts when you received it, that can actually go by pretty quick. I mean, you're working constantly, maybe you got a family, you got a lot of stuff going on, and I'll get to it. And the next thing you know, 2 days before the deadline, you're scrambling around to find everything that you're required to send over to the board or agency. So you want to make really sure to read over everything that a licensing entity sends to you, and read it over multiple times. If there's a deadline, make sure you put it on your calendar right away. Make sure that you start looking for any of the documentation, for example, that they're requiring. Some of them require a written statement. And some of them they'll be lenient in regards to requests. So what they're not going to do though is be really open to a request after the deadline's gone by, right? So if you're got a tight turnaround, say you're required to get bank records, for example, you need to reach out and say, hey, I've worked with this bank before. Their turnaround for getting these documents is typically 2 to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever the case may be. In some situations with banks, depending on how far the records go back, just using that as an example, it could be months. So having an open line of communication and requesting additional time in situations like that is perfectly fine and appropriate. The worst thing you could do is just say, oh, I'll get to this, and then after the deadline's passed, then you start acting. You don't want to do that. You want to pay particular attention to what they send you, be really familiar with it, read over multiple times. Also contact an attorney in there too. Attorney can help you out with acquiring that documentation. Sometimes it depends on what documentation it is. Most of the time, the licensee is going to have to come up with the documentation. That's just the way it is. So if you got any questions on anything, like always, you can check out my website. It's northstatelawfirm.com. Got tons of blogs on there still. You can check out my YouTube channel. It's on my last name, Dogle, Dowgul. Got a lot of videos on there as well. And then if you can't find what you're looking for on either one of those, then go ahead and give my office a call. It's 919-521-8810, and we'll set you up with a time for a free 15-minute discovery call to speak with a member of my staff. So I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Looking forward to speaking with you again on the next video. Bye-bye.